Burst heals are getting banned and shadow hits are getting nerfed. Hello everybody, welcome to today's video on the channel, and in today's video we'll be talking about the recent news from the developers over on Rapid Stream, and as to regards to heals in advanced combat and shadow hits in general, it seems. So first things first, let's talk about burst heals, right? Obviously in PvP, we've known for a long time now, whether you played 10 years ago or right now, there's a big problem with people jading in PvP. Now, when I say jading in PvP, guys, I'm saying people that go in with the intent to only heal and stall and make the other person's life miserable and not play the game at all or put an effort in to kill their opponent. That's what I mean when I say jading. Okay, so at long last, the developers have decided that all of the burst heals are going to be banned from PvP. At least the good ones, right? So, for example, Satyr is spammed a lot in PvP. You see this goat come out and you just want to log off and quit the game. Or another very common one is Dryad, right? These two spells right here are going to be banned within the next, PvP update, hotfix, whenever that is. We do not know when that is going to come to the game. But this is a big deal because now life wizards are actually going to have to play the game and just not sit there and jade and make everybody's life miserable. Now, I know there's a lot of people that are very sensitive to healing and they like life, they like healing and stuff like that. But guys, you need to keep in mind, you're still keeping 90 outgoing on a life. That is still the most in the game and a lot of healing. You still have cards like Regenerate as well, which are extremely powerful. You have the most hit and heal orientated spells in the game, like Brûlé, Hungry Caterpillar, Wings of Fate, stuff like that, right? King Artorias, I think Life Scion might heal as well, Pigsy, Leprechaun, right? You're just the healing school still, at the end of the day, right guys? So this is a nerf to life, you can't really sugarcoat that at all, but this is actually a good nerf in my opinion, because this will actually incentivize life wizards to go out there and play the same game that the other 6 schools have been playing for the past 14 years or so that the game has been out for. Now, if you are a casual player, again, this only affects advanced combat, so that's hard mode, raids, and PvP as of right now. If you're just questing through the game, helping a friend in Azteca, Avalon, Mushu, Imperia, these spells will be the exact same for you. They'll just have a symbol on them for advanced combat, so don't worry about that if you are a casual player, guys. But this is really good for the meta in PvP at least, and I'm, really looking forward to see, life hopefully become a school that is a bit more respected in PvP and not really just frowned upon for just jading and having a bad, stigma around it, dude. Next up, I want to talk about shadow spell changes. Now, I can finally talk about this. I've known about this probably for a little over a week now, and I've had to bite my tongue on it, guys. I'm sorry, I know, but yeah, this is going to be a pretty big change, and I'm going to quote this from the developers. They are looking to lower the value you get from a shadow pip. So that's basically their goal with this shadow pip nerf. Now, what they said they're going to do is just simply add a second shadow pip to the shadow enhanced spells. Now, shadow enhanced spells, I'll go ahead and put them in a storm deck right here for y'all, so you can, just have a clear indicator. Are gonna be spells like Sultan, Dark and Stormy, Rasolka, that kind of thing, Sounding Musicology, S'more, A-Bomb, stuff like that. Right now, this is what they look like. One shadow pip. They're gonna have a second shadow pip attached to this card, I would assume, when it comes out. So you're basically not going to be able to shad into a shad or strike into a shad anymore. And it's going to take a very long time for that first and probably the only shad to come into play. So you'll see a lot more diverse strategies with this update. Like you might see Storm Owl be packed. You might see people go for Gambits more often. You might see people pack like more King Artoriases now and go for unique strategies and stuff like that. So I am really looking forward to the game branching away from just, build up to the shad, buff or defend yourself until you get a shad kind of design mechanic, because we've had that for years now, and it was fun. I'm not gonna lie, but I feel like I'm kind of burnt out of it. And let me know if you guys are too or not in the comments below in terms of the meta for PvP. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. I think the schools that are going to get buffed the most out of this update are going to be Balance and Storm, with the shadow hits being like not spammed and stuff like that. Storm, obviously, because your natural cards are really good, like Catch, Catalan, even King Artorias and Owl are really good. Other schools don't have cards quite as good as Owl or King Artorias, and the thing is, you couldn't make room to pack these before because shads were so much more important at the time, right? Also, other schools only having access to one shad for a long time is going to mean Storm, which can strike with the highest DPP, is going to be an absolute menace and not to be trifled with this update. So I think what you're going to see is a lot of people do unique strats, and you're going to see a lot of Storms pack probably max strikes and just go in and try to like catch King Art and just win, or Owl, catch yada yada and win. So I think Storm got a pretty big buff, and I think Balance obviously has the best cards in the game still, with Burn, Hydra, Brace with immunity, really good stats, that kind of thing. So I think those two schools got buffed a lot, and Life, again, are losing their burst heals, so now they can't heal unless it actually gets countered, like a Triton or a Pirate. So it's now going to be up to you as the player to be sure to counter those life heals, because no longer can they burst heal and jade their way to victory, right? Now it's going to be you can do something about their heals, and you should do something about your heals if you're on a school that can get clapped by a life pretty easily. So overall, I am really looking forward for this update. I think the only bad thing about it is the fact that I'm hearing a lot of people in the community say that with shads not being as common, PvE strats are going to be more common. Now, if you don't know, the three big musketeers of PvP problems right now in the meta are people setting, jading, and PvE strats. So this change is doing something about jading, and that's pretty much it, I guess, PvE strats, I think they'll be more common because more people will be incentivized to do them, unfortunately, and it'll take longer for schools to kill, even if they have high shads, I suspect, right, guys? So, yeah, I think it's going to be a really weird thing, but I am all down for this change, and to see, how the game just gets shook up by it. Really, I think it's going to be more about setting up your gambit and countering the other person's gambit, or just hitting like Storm and Balance are probably going to do. I think it'll be interesting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to see what you guys have to say down there in the comments below. I think the only criticism I have is I would wish they would make the counters better, like the trap counters, weakness counters, shield or blade counters. Make those better so the players don't really have to complain about PvE as much as they already have been, dude? But overall, I think this is a pretty positive change for the game, and I'm looking forward to playing it, and as always, I will keep you guys updated with news and stuff like that, so be sure to sub and leave a like rating if you haven't, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching, and as always, take care, y'all.